450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloff.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Off, cleanup made simple.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
A fall aeration by Judson Irrigation will help maintain your lawn by maximizing the effectiveness of your watering and fertilization. Judson will flag the locations of your sprinkler heads, followed by a deep core aeration to give your lawn the breath of fresh air it needs. Schedule your aeration today. Your lawn will love you for it.
Let us aerate today to ensure a healthy head start for your lawn next spring. Go to judsonirrigation.com or call Judson Bylene 402-420-6277.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Hi, I'm Eli Barnes, Assistant Vice President at Midwest Bank at the 70th and Pioneers and 27th Jamie Lane locations. I love working with families and small businesses right here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Banking shouldn't be complicated, and that's why we make it personal. Whether it's opening your child's first account or securing a loan for your next big step, I'm here to help. Stop in today and say hello. I'd love to meet you. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at UCLA in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at huskerfantravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a hotel in scenic Santa Monica, an exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on your game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA is not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at UCLA. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at huskerfantravel.com.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Steinholding, Cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley. Who last last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Bock the Blackshirt. It is Thursday, September the 18th, and it is a smoking gun jerky Thursday of Nebraska. This Saturday, Nebraska, September 20th, will take on number 21, Michigan. And it's a 2-point favorite right now, Bock, in the point spread for Michigan.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough?
Well, they've won the national championship within the last couple of years, so I think that gives them a little bit of a leeway there. And I mean, they've just built a strong enough program. Again, so many questions going into this game. Part of that program, I would want to say, Sharon Moore's helped build, or at least inherited from Coach Harbaugh. But now, Coach Moore's not going to be here, so we'll see what Biff Poggi and the Wolverines can bring into Lincoln. Of course, Biff Poggi, if you've heard that name and wondering about it, he is the interim coach for Michigan. But yeah, I mean, I think it's fair that Michigan comes in the favorite. I've also seen people saying, hey, Nebraska's been doing really well. His numbers are up. Why isn't there more respect around the nation for Nebraska? And I think it's actually interesting that even the national media now have been snake bitten by believing in Nebraska in the past, to the point that even they want to see it before you start professing it's going to happen. So yeah, until Nebraska, I mean, they've lost 27 straight to top 25 opponents. Michigan falls into that category. Until Nebraska proves they can do it, I think they should probably be the underdog in these scenarios. And of course, matchup based and all that sort of stuff that could change. But I think Nebraska has to earn it. I think that's a good place to feel like if you're a Husker fan.
I think this is one of the hottest games this year right here for the fourth game of the season, recruiting wise, television wise, just big for Nebraska. Nebraska has to go out and win this game, Bach. When I say have to, this is a must win game for Nebraska. This ain't we can afford to drop one and then we can make it up later on down the road. No, you need this game right now. If you want to be ranked next week, if you want the recruiting go well next week, you're playing on a national audience. Big time TV, Bach. And when we talk about CBS, one of the greatest channels to watch college football on. But at the same time, Nebraska has to go out here and perform like they performed the last 3 games, but better because the competition is better.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's going to have to step up. Hopefully, they've ironed out some of the things that maybe weren't working, especially from game 1. I know that's the big concern coming in against a dual threat in Bryce Underwood is what kind of bothered Nebraska about that mobile quarterback from Cincinnati that was able to effectively get the Bearcats into that game. If you remember, I mean, Nebraska was up 10 at half and certainly had opportunities to close it out, but Cincinnati was able to get back into that game, get into a position where they could have even tied it and went to overtime with a field goal. They went for the win. Malcolm Hartzog becomes the hero with the interception, and we kind of know about the history from there. But hopefully you learn from those lessons. In Nebraska's ready to go. And this is, it's funny because when we try to build this game up and talk about it, of course you want to do that with any game, but it's not hard to do in this game particularly because there's just a lot on it. Like you said, I mean, the recruits that Nebraska is bringing in for this game is borderline ridiculous. I don't know if I've ever seen a game like this where in 2027, the 2027 class, I believe they've got 2, 4, 6, 7 guys in the top 100 visiting for the 2027 class, including the number 1 player overall in Kennedy Brown. You add in, if you're going top 200, you got to add in 3 more. So 10 top 200 guys for the class of 2027. You've also got the class of 2028 well represented with the number 4 overall recruit and a couple other top 100 guys. Class of 2026. Well, that's a lot of Nebraska already commits. It's kind of funny. In the class of 2026, it's, 1 or 2 guys that aren't committed. And then the rest of it is guys that are committed to Nebraska and certainly want to make it here for this game. But all that to say, Nebraska internally is putting a lot on this game. The expectation that, you bring in that type of recruit that level of recruit, make this big of a weekend for it, is that you can come through, show them a great game day experience, and show them where the Husker program is headed. And there's no better way to show you where you're headed than this opportunity to finally beat a top 25 team, to finally take down one of the top in the Big Ten, and really move, if you're Nebraska, from kind of the middle of the Big Ten to toward the top. And you can start talking about playoffs and all that if you get this win. If not, you kind of get back to the drawing board a little bit. I mean, you've got some winnable games ahead. It's not the end of the world, but there's just a lot on this game. And then, let alone, I think it's the biggest game in quite some time, because it's year 3 Matt Rule. This is what Nebraska hired Matt Rule for. It was for year 3 and beyond. That's what his resume said. Here we are, the biggest, the first big test in year 3 of Matt Rule. And the expectations are to get to that 9-10 win season. Playoffs, like I said, would certainly be welcome. So this is where you show that it happens. All that with kind of that backdrop of a little bit of a worry about what Michigan brings in. Of course, they're ranked number 22 for a reason.
Playoffs? What do you mean playoffs, Bob? This is like bringing a brand new baby home from the hospital. You got to hold his neck. You got to nurture him. You got to get his neck strong. We're only in the 4th week of college football, Bob, and I'm not believing the playoff talk until it's like the 12th game of the season. We can't even start talking about playoffs yet. We got to start talking about rankings first. And I listened to a guy yesterday talking about the AP Top 25. How he was saying it was ridiculous how Texas is in there. He said Texas is not a top 10 team. They're not. He said Illinois is not a top 10 team. He said Notre Dame should not be in the rankings. So, we talk about playoffs and trying to get everything situated right now. It's too early. There's a lot of college football got to be played. I mean, you got teams that's going to turn the tide. You got teams that they look good right now, but going to stink a little bit later. So I'm not even worried about playoffs now. I just want to go to a great game, great atmosphere, and have a great time, Bach. And I think that this Saturday, when we celebrate the 95 championship team, and by the way, everybody, Jared Tomich will be in a little later on the show for Bock the Blackshirt here.
How about that?
My teammate from 1995, All-American, all Big 8, all Big 12, 1995 lifter of the year, not runner-up, but lifter of the year. So we'll have him later on in the show. Bock, let's listen to my boy Matt Rule yesterday on Matt Rule podcast, House Rules.
Yeah. Here's him talking to Dave Portnoy. Of course, is a Michigan fan,
and he owns Barstool. Is this the Barstool?
He owns Barstool. He helped get Bryce Underwood to Michigan, so there's a lot going in here. But again, this is Rules podcast. This was a bit of a teaser for it, and kind of the different topics they've covered.
It's a big game. This is, for us, a playing game. We already got one loss. Can't lose this game, Coach. You seem like a really nice guy, but we got to pound you.
It's really an unbelievable bucket list item today to have one, the only Dave Portnoy with us today. So, Dave, really appreciate you taking this time, man.
Of course, especially on game week. I've said I love Lincoln. So, for the most part, I do root for Nebraska, unless you're playing us. I have nothing against Nebraska. I think a great Nebraska is great for the Big Ten.
Because we need great quarterback play for the NFL to be what it should be,
Yeah, well, we got one in Michigan. You're going to find out about that on Saturday.
What do you have as a score for this weekend? What do you have as the score in our game?
I think Michigan's good. I don't think you guys are there yet.
All right, let's get to the part 2 of this here.
What do you have as a score for this weekend? What do you have as the score in our game?
So I love the quarterback. I the first 2 games, he didn't run once. I'm sure you've seen the film. And by all accounts, he runs like a 3.4 40, and he's Superman. So he finally ran last week. He had 100-something yards. I think Michigan's good. I don't think you guys are there yet. I'm going to go like 34-24 Michigan. I just love this kid. I think he's – and I know you like Raiola. I think this guy's like a Hall of Fame quarterback. I think he's got it all. And that's not just because I played a factor in recruiting him. The throws he's made, he's got like a laser on his arm. He's so fast, but he's got to run the ball. So we'll see I don't want conservative play calling. What's your prediction?
Well, I'm expecting us to win. The score doesn't matter to me. It can be 200 to 199. It can be 7-6. I will say, I feel like on our end, people have taken the easy way out with Dylan, with our quarterback. They're just like, the Mahomes thing, and it's just like they just like, even when the TV's done our games, it's like that's the easy thing. Meanwhile, like the kid's completing 78% of his passes. He's a winner. He's playing hard. He's running the football. I just feel like they should just forget all the other stuff and just watch the tape, make it about the football, because I think he's played really well.
Yeah, so I was very impressed in the beginning. I thought I tailed off a little bit towards the end of the first year. I will say, coming from the media, it's easy to be like, forget the Mahomes thing. But how can you forget the Mahomes thing? It's like the craziest thing I've ever seen. So I get somebody like, why do you talk about Mahomes? Well, he's identical. Like everything he's doing is identical. So it's hard to just forget it. But no, I was impressed by and large with them all of last year.
Yeah.
So there you have it, Matt Rule talking with Dave Portnoy on his new podcast. Of course, again, I'm glad that Rule predicted a win for Nebraska. I would rather him not predict Michigan to get the win. But what do you think about the national media? I mean, it's going to continue to be a thing. Now, Patrick Mahomes cut his hair, so maybe that'll help. But for the most point,
Dylan's going to cut his hair. Well,
yeah.
Let's check him out Saturday. If he cuts this hair identical to this guy, Bock, I am officially done. I'm officially done talking about Patrick Mahomes and Dylan Raiola comparison.
Well, I got to tell you, it's only going to get amped up. If Nebraska beats Michigan, and again, you don't want to talk about playoffs, I get it. But the idea behind that is you only have, as far as ranked teams, USC and Penn State on the schedule left for Nebraska. So you take care of business, could see a 10-2 Nebraska, and that could get you into the playoffs. So that's kind of the idea there, even if you lose to those top 25 teams. But in any case, that's the idea. Is if you beat Michigan, Nebraska is going to be talked in a lot of playoff circles, which again, fair or not, and I agree with you.
Well, you still got to go play the Michigan States, the Maryland, the Northwestern.
Exactly.
You still got to play the UCLAs, the USCs, the Iowa. So
yeah.
you still have games you got to concentrate on, because one false move, Bob, and it's over with.
I agree.
Your 10-2 goes to 9-3, and then you're playing Florida in one of those the Reliant Bowl or whatever bowl they got them predicted to play in, because you're not focused. After you win this game, you got to be focused for this game.
I agree with you. I'm just telling you.
This is not going to be this cakewalk that everybody thinks, well, our defense is number blah, blah. Our passing defense is blah, blah. Well, okay, you haven't played anybody, okay? First of all, let's think realistic. Let's be real to ourselves. You haven't played a quality opponent in 2 weeks. Here comes the quality opponent. They're probably not going to pass, but I guarantee you one thing, Bob, they're going to try to run it down your damn throat.
Yeah, it's going to definitely be a line of scrimmage game, but that's the world we live in. College football is playoff based. You put the whole thing around the championship is going to be talked throughout the year. I agree with you though. I mean, the AP poll we talked about last week. If South Florida would have beat Miami last week, they probably should have been number one.
Yeah,
but they didn't, and they fell out all the way out of the poll. So these things can change from week to week. And I get it, and certainly. You don't overlook those teams. I'm just telling you, from the national media standpoint, they're going to look at Nebraska's schedule like they have all along and say a lot of these games are winnable. Might be a couple that aren't, but that are still, but it might not be favored in. But Nebraska's got a path to the playoffs. And then the other thing is, if you beat Michigan, you jump in the top 25. It's one of the stories of the week.
Oh, we'll throw them at number 22. I mean, this is exactly what the guy.
Well, that's where Michigan's at.
Yeah, this is exactly what the guy was talking about when we was talking about the AP poll. Okay, Georgia Tech beats Colorado. Comes back, beats Clemson. Where do you put them at, Bob? You could put them in the top 12, but no, we'll throw them at what? It's 18. They're good right there. Who else?
Well, we don't know how good Clemson is.
Well,
I mean, Clemson doesn't appear to be very good so far.
Well, they played. I mean, we don't know how good Miami's going to be yet.
Well, we don't know much of anything because we're 3 weeks in the season.
All right, so we don't know how good Nebraska's going to be or Michigan.
Early AP polls. If preseason's one thing, it gets people upset, and we've already seen a lot of those have been complete disasters as far as predictions. But early AP poll as well. It's just tough to iron out till you get a lot, more data, and that's what we're going to get. But again, I just think if you hate the Patrick Mahomes comparison, wait till Nebraska wins, because then it's going to be harder and harder to get away from.
Yeah, Well, I can't wait till this game Saturday. It's gonna prove who's David, who's Goliath, who's Popeye, who's Bluto, and who's Tom and Jerry. So we have to figure that out all coming Saturday. When we come back, we'll talk about the battle of the Blue Bloods. Nebraska, Michigan, 93.7 The Ticket, Bock The Blackshirt. We'll be right back.
Make this your best football season yet with help from Limitless Mail. If you're struggling with low energy, muscle loss, brain fog, belly fat, mood swings, it's likely low testosterone, and Limitless Mail can fix that. We've helped over 100,000 men feel stronger, leaner, sharper, and more like themselves again. Don't sit on the sidelines this season. Take control. Book your free consult today at limitlessmail.com. That's limitlessmail.com.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations. Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at UCLA in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at HuskerFanTravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a hotel in scenic Santa Monica, an exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on your game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA is not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at UCLA. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at HuskerFanTravel.com.
A fall aeration by Judson Irrigation will help maintain your lawn by maximizing the effectiveness of your watering and fertilization. Judson will flag the locations of your sprinkler heads, followed by a deep core aeration to give your lawn the breath of fresh air it needs. Schedule your aeration today. Your lawn will love you for it.
Let us aerate today to ensure a healthy head start for your lawn next spring. Go to judsonirrigation.com or call Judson Bylene 402-420-6277.
It's nearly time for Bonsall Pool and Spa's truckload event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to see an actual truck full of hot tubs with special prices. You'll save up to $3,000 on all hot tubs and swim spas, as well as $1,500 on all saunas and cold plunges. Use Nebraska football's bye week well by stopping in on September 27th for refreshments and giveaways. That's Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard in Lincoln.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
I can't believe I just scratched that card. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal, because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
Seems like just the other day I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811, online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hi, I'm Casey Oddie, and I'm the retail banking manager at your local Midwest Bank branch on 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Banking may be my job, but supporting the community is what I care most about. Whether I'm showing up at local events, partnering with schools, or helping people reach financial milestones, I am proud to be a part of what makes Lincoln strong. Let's build something together. Stop by and say hi. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. It's Bock the Blackshirt here on your 1 to 3 hour Monday through Friday. We are powered
by
Bauer
Infrastructure,
Bauer
Underground,
Garage,
Excavating.
Shout out to the Bauer guys out there. All right, Bob, we're going to give away a Bar 48 gift certificate right now. Let's see. I need the... What text are you going to say, Bob?
Well, let's just do the first text.
The first
text that gets it right.
To get what round and team did Jared Tomich go to in 1996 draft? Jared Tomich will be in the studio later on today, and we'll have him in here. But for now, what round and what team did Jared Tomich go to?
And it was the 97 draft, technically, because he played in 96.
Well, 96 draft, 97.
Yeah,
you know how
for
it
the
is.
96 players.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so for people that know, it's $25 to Bar 48. Bar 48 is Lincoln's newest craft cocktail lounge, conveniently located at North 48th Street.
Augie. Wrong team.
Bar 48
Sorry,
offers
John
everything
and
from
Cortland.
cocktails, beer, wine, and so much more.
Sorry, John and Cortland.
Not the right answer yet?
Sorry, 2983. You want to look it up real fast, Bach?
There it is. There we got it.
There we go.
Scooter
from Roca. Saints. Second round. All right, Scooter from Roca, you have won the Bar 48 gift certificate. All right, Bach.
Oh, there's one more thing I want to tell people, though, right before we get into it. Nebraska, Michigan tickets. If you don't have some, we have drawings here at Nebraska at the mill at 93.7 The Ticket. We're going to give away 3 pairs So 6 tickets total, but 3 pairs of Nebraska-Michigan tickets. We're going to do the drawing tomorrow at noon. All you have to do, you don't even have to buy anything. Just come down to the mill, come to 93.7 The Ticket. Now, we would appreciate it if you get a cup of coffee or something. Look around here, 93.7 The Ticket. But right up where you order at the mill, you could just write your name in. And again, tomorrow we'll draw 3 lucky names, and 6 folks will go to the Nebraska-Michigan game. So, yeah, I mean, if you have trouble getting tickets, if you think the tickets are a little expensive, you'd love to be there, come get a coffee at the mill and give yourself a chance.
All right, Bob. Now, Battle of the Blue Bloods. When we talk about Blue Bloods, there's only a couple of them. It's not like it's 25, 30 out there, Bob. I think it's probably 8 or less. But we're going to talk about these Blue Bloods with Michigan and Nebraska. All right, Michigan and Nebraska blue blood comparisons head to head. 8-4, Bach, Michigan. 1 tie. Does anybody know what the tie was? What year was the tie, Bach?
Not sure.
6-6, November 25th, 1911.
Ah, yes, I remember that day now. All
right, Bach. So let's go to the next one, Bach. Michigan versus Nebraska all-time record. Michigan is 1,014, 359 and 36. Nebraska is 927, 430, 40. So we got a long way to go to catch these guys, but we gotta do something. National championships. Now, this is a funny one because a lot of people claim them. Michigan is claiming 12. Nebraska 5. You know what year they claiming 12, Buck? They claiming 12
from the older ones.
It's really like 5-2 if you look at it. If you really look at it, I can't see the year.
Well, Fielding Yost won all those ones. Remember, Fielding Yost once coached 1 year at Nebraska, took some other jobs, eventually landed at Michigan, and that's where, I mean, he had a crazy amount of success there. But again, this predates, World War I.
Yeah, that's crazy because Michigan ain't got 5. All right, Bach, conference championship, Michigan 45, Nebraska 46, and we go back to the old Big 8 days, Big 12 days, Big 6 days for Nebraska, Bach.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I was just talking to my friend the other day when we're sitting in there. Nebraska, for the longest time, we know about the Red Facade that they have on Memorial Stadium, and they got all those conference titles. At one time, I think they were the most, and now I think they're trailing Oklahoma by a few of them. But one way or the other, they might want to balance those out because it's been a while since 1999 that Nebraska's been able to get one, and they kind of left room at that time to add more numbers on there. I hate to say it, it's not just that Nebraska has struggled to win conference titles. It's going to be really hard to win conference titles moving forward just because of these super conferences. So I think they could balance that out if they want to, just to make it look a little bit more visually pleasing there in Memorial Stadium. But,
all right,
I'm going to hold my breath.
2983 said, "Did I win? Did you win what?"
They actually were close. I think they were second behind Scooter and Roca. Or
he said St. Louis Rams.
Second. Oh, he was not. Yeah, there's a couple others that said Saints in the second round that were right behind Scooter from Roca. But Scooter won. Scooter wins.
Yeah, sorry about that, bud. Wrong team. Right round, wrong team.
Yeah.
All right, bud. Back to the Michigan versus Nebraska Blue Blood comparisons. Bowl games. Michigan 53, Nebraska 54.
Yeah, take that, Michigan.
Heisman winners, 3 apiece. Do you know Michigan 3, Bob?
Desmond Howard.
Mm-hmm.
That's about as far as I can go.
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson.
And who's the third one?
I think they've got one that was from a while back. Let me look it up. Yeah, I should have got Charles Woodson. That's already there. Tom Harmon, 1940.
1940.
Yes.
Tom Harmon. All right. Blue Bloods draft comparisons. NFL draft, Bob. Michigan, 421. Nebraska, 370. Little distance on that. First round draft picks, Bob. Michigan, 55. Nebraska, 34.
Michigan's a good program. I mean,
it's a good program.
That's why you call them one of the Blue Bloods, the all-time winningest program in college football.
All right, weeks in the AP poll, Bob. Michigan 931, Nebraska 732. Weeks at number 1 in poll. Michigan 36, Nebraska 70. And that's all I have for you, Bock, on this.
Yeah, I like it.
You like it, Bock?
A little blue blood comparison. By the way, I was just looking it up, and as we know, AI not necessarily a fan of Nebraska football. I looked up who are the blue bloods in college football. Let me see if I can get the exact response again, because it's not the one that people like. Now, over the years, obviously, there's been more and more talk about Nebraska. Maybe are they in, are they not? Here's what AI has to say. The term blue blood in college football typically refers to a core group of historic dominant programs. Actually, this one I corrected it. It does include Nebraska. The previous time I asked it, and AI will change its mind from time to time. It says Nebraska is up for debate because of their lack of success recently. So, but in any case, whether AI knows it or not, and whether people who understand or know the history of college football or what the term blue blood means, you'll see a lot of people arguing different things. They'll tell you Oregon's a blue blood, and you go, Oregon has never won a national title. That doesn't make any sense because they've been good or close recently.
Still not.
So, yeah, people just don't necessarily understand the term all the time. And it's kind of sad that Nebraska, I mean, it is. I mean, when I was a kid, I was arguing Nebraska was the best program going, all that. Now I'm kind of cornered into, hey, Nebraska's still a blue blood because, there's not much more to argue. Now, hopefully they could turn that around and this be the beginning of it. But Nebraska very much a blue blood in our sport. You heard Dave Portnoy from the interview with Matt Rule on his podcast talk about the sport being better if Nebraska is better. And, we saw that a little bit with Colorado last year. The national media really loved the Nebraska victory over Colorado. Started to kind of get on board. Of course, Nebraska lost to Illinois the next week, and things kind of dropped off a little bit from there. And obviously for the Nebraska football team, it did. But it is, I mean, if you talk about a helmet game, and I'm biased, obviously, with Nebraska, Nebraska, Oklahoma's got its argument, but Nebraska, Michigan is just a beautiful helmet. When Nebraska joined the Big Ten, I was very happy that they were in the same division. If you remember, Legends and Leaders, and Nebraska was going to play Michigan year in and year out. For them to become a top rival for Michigan, probably unlikely, right? Michigan's played for the Little Brown Jug and the Michigan States and the Ohio States of the world for a century. So that wasn't going to happen to be their top rival, but I was hoping to kind of get a little bit of a rivalry out of it. I don't know if we've done that. Now, there's the Bussin' Bowl and all that sort of stuff. I don't know how much we would count that as into a rivalry necessarily, but it is just a beautiful matchup. And the fact that it's on CBS this year, we're going to hear the music coming into it. It's a college football dream. It's awesome. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Bob. Let's talk about some of the prices of these tickets this week in college football. Kind of low though, Bach, if you look at it. I think let's see. The lowest, okay, we're gonna start at the top. Texas Tech, Utah. 130. It's probably the highest one this week.
That's pretty good for out there, yeah, in Utah.
Arkansas, Memphis, 72. Maryland, Wisconsin, 26. Syracuse, Clemson, 40. Wofford, Virginia Tech, $13.
Yeah, surprised they're paying that to get into that game.
SMU, TCU, $79. Kind of cheap right there for those two teams. Who's going to be fighting for first place in the Big Ten over there? No, that's ACC versus Big 12. Bowling Green, Louisville, $8, Bob.
That's a heck of a deal right there.
UNLV, Miami, Ohio, $28. North Texas versus Army, $25. South Carolina State versus South Florida, $21. Tennessee versus UAB, $44. Wagner at Central Michigan, $32. Can't believe that's higher than
Michigan just got destroyed by Michigan too.
Oregon versus Oregon State, $78.
The Civil War.
Kent State versus Florida State, $91 to see a butt whooping, I think.
They want to see Tony White as long as they can.
All right, Auburn, Oklahoma.
The Jackson Arnold Bowl.
Over under $100.
Oh, that's got to be over.
Under 92 bucks.
Oh, that's
Bob.
a heck of a deal. That's a steal.
That's a steal. Ole Miss Tulane, 43 bucks. Nebraska, Michigan, over 100 bucks or under, Bob.
Got to be over.
95 bucks.
95 bucks. In honor of the 95 team.
Yeah. Purdue, Notre Dame, over or under 70 bucks.
At Notre Dame, I'll go under.
You're right, 64 bucks.
64.
North Carolina, Central Florida.
Oh, yes. Scott Frost, Bill Belichick.
Over or under 30 bucks.
I'll say over, but
29 bucks.
29 bucks. Heck of a deal.
You're cheap, Scott Frost. You're getting played out up there. You're playing for $29 game tickets out
In fact,
there.
you can see Bill Belichick coach for 29 bucks in general.
Ball State, UConn, 17 bucks. James Madison, Liberty, over or under 65 bucks.
Under.
Over 74 bucks.
74 bucks.
Yeah. Louisiana Raging Canes versus Eastern Michigan. 13 bucks, Bob. Troy versus Buffalo. 13 bucks.
Yeah, we can go if I'm in the neighborhood.
Toledo at Western Michigan. 16 bucks. Gardner Webb at Ohio. Over or under $6, Bob.
Under.
You're right. $6. North Carolina versus your Duke. Over or under 55 bucks.
Who's playing Duke?
Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois. Okay.
No. North Carolina State.
North Carolina State. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'd say over. That's a rivalry.
$56.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Northern Illinois versus Mississippi State. Over or under 15 bucks.
I'll say over.
11 bucks.
11
Bob.
bucks. What a deal. I'm heading there now.
Temple versus Georgia Tech. 29 bucks. Idaho versus St. Joe Bob. 11 bucks. West Virginia versus Kansas. 24 bucks. We can go see that one, Bob.
We can make it
5
there.
o'clock. We can make it there. All right. Delaware versus Florida International, Bob. Over 15 or under 15?
Under 15.
14 bucks.
There
You're
you
right,
go,
Bob.
yeah.
Arkansas State versus Kennesaw State. 11 bucks. South Carolina versus Missouri. Over or under 60 bucks, Bob?
Let's go over.
60 bucks.
60 bucks.
On the dot, Bob.
There we go.
Murray State versus Jacksonville State. 36 bucks. Marshall, Tennessee State, Middle Tennessee, 16 bucks. UT Martin versus Missouri State, 25 bucks. Nevada versus Western Kentucky, 20 bucks. Boise State versus Air Force. How much you think that is, Bob? Over or
Boise State,
under
Air Force.
25?
Boise State's down a little bit. I'm gonna go under.
28 bucks.
Oh,
Bob.
I'm not going. I'm not paying those prices.
Maine versus Georgia Southern, 33 bucks. Coastal Carolina versus South Alabama, 22 bucks. Florida versus Miami, Buck. Over or under 150?
Let's go over.
$142, Bob.
It's still a pretty good price.
Yeah, good price. Georgia State versus Vandy, 34. Washington versus Washington State, Bob.
The Apple Cup.
Over or under 80 bucks?
Under.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. 99 bucks, Bob.
99 bucks.
Yeah,
they're gonna miss that
$100,
rivalry.
Box. All right, Stanford versus Virginia, 11. Arizona State versus Baylor, 29 bucks. BYU versus East Carolina, 55 bucks. Southeastern Louisiana versus LSU, 25 bucks. Sam Houston versus Texas, 83 bucks, Bob.
They still want to see Arch Manning out there.
Wyoming versus Colorado, over or under 100 bucks, Bob.
That's got to be under.
Oh, 102 bucks.
Oh, they're overpaying for it.
All right. Michigan State versus USC. Over or under 50 bucks?
Under.
38 bucks, Bob. That is terrible. All right. Bock the Blackshirt will be right back after these and talk some more college football when we come back.
A fall aeration by Judson Irrigation will help maintain your lawn by maximizing the effectiveness of your watering and fertilization. Judson will flag the locations of your sprinkler heads, followed by a deep core aeration to give your lawn the breath of fresh air it needs. Schedule your aeration today. Your lawn will love you for it.
Let us aerate today to ensure a healthy head start for your lawn next spring. Go to judsonirrigation.com or call Judson Bylene 402-420-6277.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovebneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. Otherwise, mainly cloudy skies with a high around 74. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly cloudy and low near 58. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies and light winds with a high around 78. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's nearly time for Bonsall Pool and Spa's Truckload event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to see an actual truck full of hot tubs with special prices. You'll save up to $3,000 on all hot tubs and swim spas, as well as $1,500 on all saunas and cold plunges. Use Nebraska football's bye week well by stopping in on September 27th for refreshments and giveaways. That's Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard in Lincoln.
Ever stare at the Hog Wild menu and feel like you just can't make up your mind because it all looks so good? Well, when I want a little bit of everything, I get a little bit of everything on Hog Wild Smokestack Sandwich. On a butter-toasted bun, we pile on our hickory smoked beef brisket and juicy hot links. The hard part is choosing between fresh curly fries, classic baked beans, or coleslaw on the side. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. Bock the Blackshirt. Bock, when we talk about quarterbacks, who's the best quarterback to come out of the class of 24?
Oh boy, that's
you got four choices, Bock.
Okay.
DJ Lagway.
Rough couple games here for him.
Julius Saying.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Riola. Or what's the kid name from Notre Dame?
CJ Carr.
CJ Carr.
Okay.
Out of all those guys, 3 of these guys was 5 stars, and CJ Carr was the lonely 4-star quarterback.
Well, so far, Dylan's looked probably the best if you do that poll today. Julian Sain obviously has a lot to work with up there in Ohio State. Numbers weren't overly flashy against Texas, and they haven't had a marquee game since then. So that's why, again, I'd probably lean toward Dylan, but Julian's definitely going to give him his run for the money, especially with the help that he's going to have out there. Hopefully, Dylan can keep that up. Remember, it was a big offseason topic, though, the decision between Dylan Raiola or DJ Lagway, but DJ struggled specifically against LSU last week.
Yeah, so many picks that he threw that it's just not now. Nebraska's trying to reach out to Virginia Tech starting cornerback Dante Levitt. He has heard from over 25 schools, Bock. Schools in contact with him are Colorado, Florida State, Nebraska, and Wisconsin, among others. His coach got fired, so he can redshirt. Do you think guys would really redshirt, or you think some guys will play it out?
Well, I mean, I would think very few would redshirt. Obviously, it's tough. Those situations. And we can point and make fun of UCLA and Virginia Tech for their seasons being like this, the way they are. But I think a lot of people can remember back to 2017. Now, luckily, in Mike Riley, same kind of thing happened with Scott Frost. I think there was, with the plan that they had in place, to give Mickey Joseph an opportunity. I don't think that was as hard to kind of go through. And I don't want to say hard, it's football. It's all exciting and all of that, but it's just talk about taking a punch out of the season. I think about that especially in 2017 before they got to conference play. The writing was on the wall for the coach. Now, on Nebraska's credit, they didn't fire Mike Riley. They let him play it out. Remember, he'd go to basketball games even after he was fired. But I mean, it's just tough when the writing's on the wall this early in the season. Most guys are still going to want to make something of it, I would think. But there are probably a few that decide to go ahead and take this opportunity to redshirt and put themselves in a better spot. In fact, I know Nebraska and talk about the defensive back is important. And because hopefully Nebraska is able to land some of the bigger names out of the portal this year, and specifically defensive backs. Nebraska is going to lose a lot of seniority in that defensive backfield. But Nico Iamaleava is a name that people are specifically interested in talking about now. I've seen talks about how he shouldn't have to go through the rebuild at UCLA and what they're going to go through. So he might be looking at another opportunity after this. But you just wonder, with the way that his career has gone so far, who would be the teams that reach out to him? And of course, that's down the line. They still got this season to play out. Can he put himself in a position to be as highly sought after as he originally was? And of course, right now it looks like no. I mean, UCLA is very much
he has a free chance to leave. I mean, if I was in his position, and then they just fired their offensive coordinator, Bock, too.
Yeah.
So that's the offensive coordinator gone, defensive coordinator gone, head coach gone. What more do you have to stay there for, Bock, besides a free education? They don't care about that. They want to get paid.
Well, I mean, if you stop now, his stock's at all-time low. So you would think that maybe he would want to somehow revive the season, try to make it look like something. And we'll see. UCLA, again, I'll say it over and over again. I mean, they've got some talent, but just doing my preparation for Michigan, here's the stat for you. Of course, both teams played New Mexico. Michigan played New Mexico and held them to 50 yards rushing. Against UCLA, New Mexico had 298. So it's not all on Nico, but a lot of it is. I mean, it's obviously not living up to the hype there for UCLA. In fact, New Mexico's head coach Jason Eck, trying to keep his team's head on straight, right, said we're going to play better teams than UCLA. I know they're Power 4 team, but they're going to be a lot of teams we play that are better than UCLA. So that's kind of the mess you got working on there. UCLA, are they able to make anything out of this season? Can they get some wins that might be surprising? Because especially for Nebraska, looking down the line at the Bruins, man, a complete opposite from what we thought preseason, to where that program might be. And I don't say complete opposite. Some of us may have seen it coming to a degree. I never thought Deshaun Foster didn't seem to be working out there at UCLA anyway, but they had some sort of momentum. Obviously, they beat Nebraska. They beat Iowa toward the end of last season. But of course, they went 5-7 overall and starting 0-3. And the important thing to remember there again is the expectations. They fired an 8-win coach in Chip Kelly. Didn't fire him. They were basically chasing him out of town, though. And he had a couple of 8-win seasons back to back. So the expectation wasn't, hey, like for Nebraska, it was, hey, let's take our time and get back to a bowl game. No, it was to build off 8 wins. And they didn't come anywhere close to it. And now they're just like I said, along with Virginia Tech.
How can you
just aimless right now?
How can you build a commodity? I mean, how can you build a team if you don't have trust that you're going to be there more than 2 years? Look at UCLA situation.
Yeah,
you go through 2 coaches now in 3 years. You've been through Chip Kelly, he leaves. Now you hire Deshaun Foster, he's out in 2 years. Now you got to go through another one. This sets this program back another 10 years to me, Bob.
Well, again, as always, it's who you hire next. I mean, they might be able to find somebody that can work some magic there, but it's been a long time since the UCLA program has been consistently good. I mean, Jim Mora had a few years. I mean, there can be some places here and there where we can point to, but it's almost surprising how underperforming UCLA is. But again, we think of UCLA as, you can throw a rock and hit 4 recruits and it's sunny all the time and the beach and all that. And that's great and all, but there's not a whole lot of money being shared for the football program, the dedication to the football program compared to other Big Ten schools, especially. And then the fan support, the Rose Bowl, as great as it is, that's an off-campus stadium that's 2 hours away. Once you get through LA traffic for the students, they don't have a whole lot of support there. So it's going to be interesting to see what hire they make. And we talk about Tony White potentially being that guy, but especially after what you just mentioned, it's be their third coach in that short of time, might look for somebody with head coaching experience.
Well, some coaches might run away from a job like that also.
Oh, they will. I'm sure they'll get turned down.
Yeah, I don't, unless you're going to give me $50 million guaranteed that I can get out the door with it. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock The Blackshirt. Be right back. Next hour coming up, Jared Tomich next hour, 2:30. 93.7 The Ticket.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
I can't believe I just scratched that card. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I could call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at starterheyman.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring. 10% of Renza sales on September 23rd will benefit your local Teammates Mentoring chapter. Teammates Mentoring helps students reach their full potential by providing a caring adult mentor to meet with them once a week in school. Thank you for your support of Teammates Mentoring. We will see you at Runza on September 23rd.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Advanced Medical Imaging is hosting their 3rd annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk on October 11th at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. Hear inspiring stories from survivors, enjoy local food truck vendors, a live DJ, and other family-friendly activities as we unite to bring awareness about breast cancer. Check-in begins at 8:30 a.m. with the walk starting at 9. Register your team today for Advanced Medical Imaging's 3rd annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk online at amimaging.com. Let's walk for those we've lost, for those still fighting, and for a future without breast cancer.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome back to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Smoking Gun Jerky Thursday of Nebraska here at The Ticket. And Smoking Guns of Nebraska Jerky is the best choice for small batch gourmet jerky at Smoking Joe's Jerky of Nebraska. Everything they make is done entirely in the store. It's no mass production, but carefully handcrafted every time. There are 2 places you can go to get the order of Smoking Gun Jerky yourself. You can stop by the store at 443 North 48th, or you can order online at smokinggunjerky.com. Use code word Farley or Bock to get 10% off your order. All right, today we're going to do our samples of Smoking Gun Jerky. They have a hot one in there, Bock.
Uh-oh.
But I think we'll save that one for last because if you have to run, I'd rather you run last than first.
That's right. I forgot to grab my water. I only got a little bit in here.
Hawaiian beef jerky, Bock. It's the first one is pineapples and ginger, tropical flavors of the island.
Now, are you a fan of Hawaiian pizza, Terrell?
Not so much.
Not so much.
Yeah, I don't like pineapples on my pizza. That's just one thing I don't like.
I love it, so I'm wondering if it's going to taste at all. Obviously, pizza's a little different than beef jerky, but same type of idea. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Pineapples on a pizza is like being a SpongeBob fan to me.
I do like SpongeBob too, actually.
I do. Okay.
Yeah, I can definitely taste the sweetness and kind of pineapple flavor in there.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah. Definitely what you'd expect from a Hawaiian beef jerky. Very sweet. Like you said, kind of get those pineapple feels to it. And as always, like we always say with the jerky here, very, very, you're not biting through chunks or anything. It's just very easy to bite through.
All right. Brazilian Steakhouse beef jerky. Let's try it out, Bob.
Yeah, smells good. Smells strong.
Yes, it smells like a good old porterhouse steak or something that's been on the grill for 10 hours marinating. Okay. You ever been to a Brazilian steakhouse?
I don't know that I have, and that's why I don't know if I can.
They have one in the Haymarket. Where they come by and just cut meat for you. You have to have your light on green or red.
You know what? Maybe I did go there. I'm trying to think.
This is good. I like the seasoning on this box. This is really a good seasoned steak flavor.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't go wrong here.
Yeah, I like that. All right, Bach. I'm scared for the next one.
Yeah, I can see the seasoning on this one. But it's just, it's seasoned.
All right, mango habanero beef jerky.
I like mangoes.
Not just for wings. Now, why do y'all want me to do this on air right here? That might hurt me. This might be one of those that come back and haunt me later when
Yeah, I can definitely taste like the spice, the spice aspect of it right away.
Good, because I haven't bit it yet, Bach. I
Yeah.
might just let you try it. No, I'm going ahead.
I don't know, but the mango part definitely also get, you get that kind of sweet flavor as well, but it's already a little bit burning on my tongue. What a lot of people are looking for in a spicy beef jerky. Of course, there's so many flavors, right? You get to pick your choice.
Woo! I just woke up for the third time today. That was kind of spicy. If you like beef jerky like we like it, go to smokingjohns.com and order it. Code name Farley Bach, or stop by 443 North 48th Street to get your Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska. Nebraska's go-to store for beef jerky.
Yeah, I think that mango habanero is going to stick around a little bit. I don't know if that's going away anytime soon. But I will grab a drink of water.
All right, Bach. Bach, let's talk about this. NCAA eliminates spring transfer portal window for football, making it a one-time thing, Bach. A proposal would require college football players to wait until January 2nd, the day after the completion of the quarterfinals of the college football playoffs, to pick a school.
Yeah, I mean, and this is great. Obviously, at least you kind of, and for those that like spring games especially, this might give more of a reason for the Huskers to return to a spring game. This past year, more than 1,100 scholarship players entered the transfer portal in the month of May. So that's the type of damage that we saw from the transfer portal with that open spring window. So there has been a fight. All the players, all the coaches have been pretty forward about how they would like just the 1 day, 10-day to enter portal. Now, there's still some debate about whether that should be January 2nd. Ohio State's head coach Ryan Day specifically has spoken out against not liking to have the portal open and working on roster building while the playoffs are going. But again, as we know in college football, that's kind of the time to do it, because if you're going to be transferring, you got to get enrolled in class for the next school that you're going to. So we'll see. I mean, I think this makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of people have been signing, ready for this. I think it brings a little bit. We talk about the guardrails that need to be put back in college football. This is a guardrail. The transfer portal is still going to be available, but now just a shorter window and in less time where you kind of pick apart rosters from month to month. You just have this one window. It is important to note though as well that players will have 10 days to enter the portal, but they are under no deadline to make a commitment to the next school once they enter. So you could still see, guys commit in February, March, whatever, but it would make more sense to try to get in and get ready for the spring.
Yeah, one-time window I'm glad they did that, Bach. It was getting out of control. When you give these kids 2-3 times a year to transfer, some don't even make it to the other school that long. Like we had the case, the guy from Kentucky. He wasn't here long. He signed, went right back to Kentucky. So you have to see things like that. And I'm just glad they putting some kind of cap on this transfer thing. Now, let's cap the transfer money.
I don't know if we'll see that anytime soon.
Well, you need to do something about too much money floating around here in college football.
Well, that was the whole idea, but trying to make it come from the universities, the salary cap, if you will, that they put on, the $21 million that they put on universities to share throughout their sports department in athletic department. So that's kind of the idea there. But the open opportunities to still land NIL deals outside, that's where the less pay for play, more pay for hopefully the idea behind it would be of course to pay for your name, image, and likeness. But it's tough to trust it'll stop there. But at least again, these are not absolute gates, but they're guardrails that can at least direct and shift the sport in the right direction.
All right, Bach, my mouth is a little sizzling right now. it's got some kind of pulse of its arm that's going on, and it's like, boom, 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 boom.
That mango habanero.
Yeah, that mango's bringing it up. Let's talk about the battle of the quarterbacks this weekend. Dylan Raiola versus Bryce Underwood. When you compare the two stats, it looks kind of a little even. We don't have the rushing part of it, but we have the passing part. Dylan Raiola, 7 out of 94, 76%, 829 yards, 8.8 average, 8 touchdowns and 0 INTs. Bryce Underwood, 46 of 80, 57.5%, 628 yards, 7.8 average, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yeah, obviously Dylan Raiola getting the lead on the stats there. Certainly, like you said, in the run game, it'll be a little bit different because Underwood was able to run off for 114 yards this last game against Central Michigan. But to a lot of points that people have made, going into that game, it only ran the ball 5 times total in the year, -6 yards. So he's got 108 yards total on the ground, but does have those 2 touchdowns. And this is kind of a new thing. I think their idea from the beginning was to try to make him a pocket passer and basically run when absolutely necessary. Well, they've kind of changed their ideas on that, especially seeing how effective he was as a scrambling quarterback. Biff Poggi again basically saying we're gonna let him run. We're gonna take the leashes off him and let him go. So could be a little bit different of an attack we see from Bryce Underwood in Michigan than we saw from the first 2 games. Also going to be tough to tell. What can you take out of a 63-3 win over Central Michigan? Similar to Nebraska beating down Houston Christian. Michigan just had their way with Central Michigan. They do whatever they want. So now you play, and that's what I was going to ask you, because there's all this talk about TJ Lateef and the numbers he's put up and how good they are. Well, similar to Bryce Underwood against Central Michigan, it's a lot easier to put up those numbers when you've got the best players on the field at every position. This week, it's going to be a little bit different for Bryce going up against the Husker defense, where hopefully the Huskers have an advantage here and there, when they go out there on the field.
When you look at Bryce Underwood, what Michigan quarterback in the past do he remind you of? And that guy was a dangerous guy too. If you thinking about the same guy I remember about.
I don't know, because he's big, he's got a big arm, and he can run. So kind of tough to say. I'm interested who you have in mind.
Denard Robinson.
Yeah.
You remember him?
Yeah, I don't know. He wasn't as big, but
yeah, he wasn't.
He was definitely
Denard
electric.
wasn't that big as this kid is.
Yeah.
This kid right here is bigger, and probably Denard Robinson is a little faster, but
Right.
this kid can run it. We're giving him the green light. Nebraska only has 1 game of film on Underwood running. Is that to their advantage right now, Bock?
I think it is. I think that's to Michigan's advantage, and Michigan's got film of a quarterback that ran successfully against Nebraska. So, that's something Nebraska has to kind of make up. I mean, it is. It's along with the rest of Michigan's running game, specifically Justice Haynes. Excuse me. That's the key to the game. A lot of people are looking at them. That's how Michigan generally wins their games, is through the ground game, and then play action, whatever it might be, off of that. So. It is huge. Some of the unknown should certainly help out Michigan in that department. But if you think about it too, I mean, he should be, and some quarterbacks can come in, light it up, whatever. But he should be kind of at this point where Dylan was last year. And Dylan had a pretty good game against Illinois, kind of in a similar situation for Dylan anyway. Obviously a little bit different for the quarterbacks coming into Memorial Stadium. So it's not to say that he can't have a good game, but he wasn't as consistent. And you hope that Dylan Raiola now, having been through a year in the program and in the starting and all that, and now you're going to go against your most difficult defense, but that consistency can kind of help, whereas Bryce Underwood might not be as consistent from drive to drive, and that should help Nebraska in that department. If you're asking who's got the edge at quarterback, at this point in their career, I would say Dylan Raiola. But obviously the equalizer is Bryce Underwood's legs, and if he can do enough damage in that department on Nebraska's defense.
Yeah, we'll have to see. That's coming up here Saturday night, not Saturday night, Saturday at 2:40 p.m. CBS. It's going to be on TV. Whole world watching. A lot of recruits in town. A lot of people in town. You got to go out here and win it for the old school Nebraska football team that they're going to introduce at halftime or right before the game. We're going to do the tunnel walk with it. We're going to do a lot of things. We'll do pregame here at 93.7 Ticket and the Kinder over there. But we're going to go to break and come back, Bock. We're going to talk about a little bit more college football. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Are your feet just killing you and you feel like all hope is lost? Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to pain relief at Brown's Shoe Fit. They offer expert advice along with high-quality products to help you find the right solution tailored to your specific needs. Need a different width? Not a problem. Brown's carries a wide range of widths in store. Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Join LES at 6 p.m. Thursday, October 9th at the LES Operations Center to learn about the utilities' proposed 2026 budget and electric rates, and share your input at the annual public meeting. Learn more at les.com.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters. And the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at UCLA in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at huskerfantravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a hotel in scenic Santa Monica, an exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on your game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA is not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at UCLA. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at huskerfantravel.com.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at starterheyman.com.
Starter Heyman Jewelers.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O, sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
M-Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store, is ready for the fall season. Stop by today to see the newest arrivals in casual and sportswear from Johnny O, Seven Diamonds, Mavi, Task, Luciano Visconti, Scott Barber, and many more. M-Suits Clothiers, 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
We strive to help people get into home ownership. That is the American dream. Having something that you can go home at night and say, this is mine, is very important. The great thing about Remington Homes is affordability.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. We give you a lot of choices, and you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a special guest, and I played with this guy, and he was a warrior. He was the ultimate warrior on the field. If you ever seen a person sack a quarterback with a clothesline, he did it. Ladies and gentlemen, two-time All-American, two-time national champion, all Big 12, all Big 8, Jared Tomich. How you doing, my man?
Good. Thank you very much for having me.
How life treating you, man?
Fantastic. Wonderful.
All right. You done been down to practice. You see these guys. You seen them a couple of years ago when you come down here. How different is this Matt Rule team different from the last teams you've seen?
There's an electricity. There's he's got them going. And, I talked to Coach today and said, one of the things I wish that I kind of miss now, I'd do anything for one of those old speeches before the game from Coach McBride.
Yeah.
I mean, when he used to talk, you remember before
yeah.
Game started, you'd want to run through the wall.
Yeah.
You were just ready. And I grabbed Coach Rule's arm. I said, when I hear you online and I see you, I said, you remind me. It reminds me of that. I mean, it's cool. I like his style. I like what he says. I like how he approaches everything. And then just watching the kids this year. I mean, and I'm always biased to watch the offense, watch the defense more. And I like the D line. I think they're getting off, and and that's where we're going to win it back. Is they get off the ball. We can take games over.
All right, you're back in Indiana.
Yes,
back in Indiana. What are you doing? You are let's see, not a farmer, but a rancher. Are you a rancher type guy?
No, I think ranchers are down south. We call farmers up in Indiana area. I've got a hobby farm. We've been doing that about 10 years now, and raise cattle, raise sheep, do a bunch of different things. We have two boys, and 15 and 10. So it's a blast. My wife has a fantastic design company as well. So we have lots of plates spinning. But yeah, that's where I find a lot of my it just go out and talk to the cows. It's just fun.
Now, you say you got two boys.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any pressure for them to be that football player like Dad?
I hope not, because one of my rules was that they could play every other sport, and they did, and they still do, but they couldn't play football until they were freshmen in high school.
Freshman in high school.
Just my gig.
Just your gig.
Just my thing. And so my oldest boy just started this year. He's a freshman, and he is absolutely loving it. He's playing running back. he's punt returner, he's playing linebacker, and it's clicking, and he's having fun, and it's fresh because he hasn't done it before. Like the coaches said, he doesn't have bad habits. So, and then being able to kind of work with him and do that. Yeah. I wanted, if they want to play ball, great. If they don't, I'm good with that too. Just play sports, learn how to be about something bigger than yourself, and really, and enjoy, that camaraderie and things. So they're getting all that.
When I talk to people about the 95 team, because, they still ask questions about it, they said, what was the best part about this defense? I said having a defensive line like I did, because it opened doors for me. It opened doors for a lot of guys, especially when all 11 guys go 110%.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's a lifetime memory I have of playing with you, playing with Christian, playing with Grant, and the rest of those guys, man, because, people don't understand. We held hands in the huddle, Bock, and we looked at each other, and I think once this defense gets into a groove and learn how to be a family, because we didn't have to talk to each other that much. We just looked and we shook our heads, yes or no, and we knew that by just shaking our head like, hey, let's bust their ass. That's one thing we knew to do. But when you look at these younger guys, they're trying to get that mentality. They're trying to get that old black shirt swag.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, this is a new college football.
It is. Yeah, it's a whole lot different than what we were part of. But, and I think that comes back to the culture that Coach Osborne created, the culture that Coach McBride created for us. And you remember, his who you playing the game for? You ain't playing for yourself. You're playing for the guy next to you.
Yeah.
I want to play so good that the guy next to me trusts that everything that I'm doing is right, so that he can do his job properly, and so on and so forth. And if the four of us are doing our jobs, then life should be, you guys should be scraping through and making everything happen. And that's just the way the game is set up. And I hope that it's not too individual of a game now, that they can't grasp that and really get control of that. Because when you're playing for the guy next to you, and you love that guy next to you, and that's, you'll dig deeper than if you're just doing something for yourself.
Yeah. And I think one thing that probably hurts these kids are some playing just for the money. I mean, money wasn't money wasn't even a thought when we played. It was just winning and winning in a good fashion, and going out there giving you a true butt kicking was the thing we wanted to do.
Yep. And that's what, we wanted everybody to know when they left or they woke up on Sunday morning that they played us.
Yeah. Bock, you got questions for me, man?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, I just got to ask you what it was like to play with Terrell. Obviously, you had already, I think, some playing time under your belt by the time he got there. From '94 and into '95. What did Terrell add to the defense?
Just speed and chaos. That was one of the fun things with our backers, and it was because they just come out of nowhere. And it was great. And then you go back and you watch film and how the way we blitzed and just allowed you guys to just go and do, don't worry about, the responsibility was just get to the ball.
Yeah.
That was the best part about it.
And I think when we talk about blitzing, it starts with the guys on the ground, the four guys. I mean, long as they do their job, if they stunt, they pull out, it's different ways. When Jared slants down and I can come right off his butt and hit that corner real hard, I think that's the best part about it, because he made that man commit to him. That was able to get me scot-free. Right. And so that's a whole team effort. And we had no selfish players on that defense. I think we had probably 3 All-Americans on that defense. You look at Grant Wistrom over there, you on one side, me and Jamel, the back four, Christian and his brother. Just the whole camaraderie of that defense just was a great defense.
It was. Yeah. The thing was, wasn't a whole lot of big name players that came here that turned out to be big name players.
Yeah, we made our own names.
A lot of us were all scrubs.
Unknown JUCO player, unknown prop 48. Just guys who just was put together and assembled, but made one great army. That's one of the fun things about it. 95 reunion this year, man. You looking forward to it? 30th year.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's a long time, man.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing everybody. It was fantastic. It was wonderful being back for last year's, but then to come back and be able to do it again, see everybody, hang out, go to the game. I mean, it's just a great weekend experience.
I gotta ask you too, because Terrell brought it up. Maybe you can kind of explain Prop 48 a little bit for people out there that don't get it. But one of the biggest arguments in Husker fandom is whether Jared Tomich is one of the great walk-ons, or does it count because of the Prop 48? Do you count it because of the Prop 48?
Well, it was a walk-on. So I was not guaranteed anything when I came here as a Prop 48. I got no recruiting out of high school. A coach from a strength coach from an opposite school sent my film to Coach McBride, and that's what kind of got the ball rolling for me. So when I came here to meet Coach McBride and meet Coach Osborne, they said, you don't have the grades. That's the problem. I said, well, yeah, I understand that. And they said, there's a Prop 48 program. You can come here. You can't hang out with the team. You can't eat with the team. You can't lift with the team. You can come here, get your grades up. What we can do is help you with tutoring. Okay, cool. So you can come here, get your grades up, and then you can walk on after that. The difference for me was that my walk on would have been considered your redshirt year. So you lose a year of eligibility. I'd like to go back and protest that now and see if I got 1 year left.
I can get 2 from JUCO. If the guy from Vandy can get 2 more, I can get 2 more.
Yeah, see if we can get 1 more year out. But so yeah, it was true walk on. And then after that first year is when, after I walked on that first year, which is my freshman year, coach offered me a scholarship after that. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So proud former walk-on.
Lifter of the year.
Yeah. Senior year. Yep.
95.
Yep.
What? Okay. Me and Rashawn was having conversations about. Was Rashawn ever in the
running?
In the running.
No, actually, I think he was. I think if I remember right, I think I've got a picture there was a group of us. I think that was because there was always runners up in that. I think there was 3 or 4 of us, and I think Sean was actually, if I remember right. I think I got a picture at home with that. So I might have to dig that one up just to make sure that he's got his proper due.
Now, when you talk about Coach McBride, man, your relationship with Coach McBride has lasted past the time we played. So you're talking about a friendship with your defensive coordinator for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
How deep is that, man?
Yeah, they're almost 35 years now. And Coach McBride. So Coach McBride grew up in the south side of Chicago. I grew up, in East Chicago, Indiana area, so it wasn't far. And so that's kind of a little bit of where that relationship started when he had come and first talked to me. And he brought me here. It was him solely, and it was his pushing that got me to come here. And he was just on me from day one, in a loving, father way, because he knew that's what I needed. And then, it's, from being here, and getting through school and getting everything done. And then now, so he and Miss Debbie, they only live about an hour and a half from us. So they live in Michigan. So we see them a lot. He is it's like grandma and grandpa to my kids.
Yeah.
My 2 boys. And we just, we have a great time. He's supposed to be here this weekend. Unfortunately, Miss Debbie kind of had an episode literally as we were leaving, because they drive in with me. I drive them here for the past few years now when we have a game to come to. And she had an episode. She's doing okay, but just kind of had a bad day. And so I said, no, don't worry, we'll get her next year, or maybe even later on this year.
Yeah, I got a text from Coach McBride this morning. I'm gonna read it because he would want me to read it for the fans out there to let them know that he said his wife had an episode. You said that. He said, won't be able to make it this weekend. I feel really bad. I hope to get in Lincoln sometimes for a game. I will let you know if I'm coming. I hope everything is doing good for you. Tell everybody I'm sorry and I'm not there. I really miss all of you. Have fun. Kick Michigan ass. C-Mac.
Yeah, we might have to call him tomorrow from the dinner.
Yeah, I think he'll get a kick out of that, man. Especially if we can FaceTime him and get him on there and see and he can see how old some of us got. Because I'm a grandpa now.
Right.
I'm a grandpa. Really? Yeah, I got a 1.5-year-old granddaughter. They stay in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh, really?
I travel there probably in January every year.
Oh, nice.
And gonna try to make it more the older she gets.
Sure.
How far are you from Fort Wayne?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half. That ain't bad.
Yeah, hour and a half.
That ain't bad. I have to come up there and kick it with you on some, and kick it and eat, man. Because the way, what's your biggest size grill?
Well, I've got a big pull behind that I can do. Like at Thanksgiving, I smoke about 40 turkeys at a time in it.
Yeah,
so it's a big stick smoker, and but yeah, no, it's a fun hobby. It's like raising it to put it on the smoker. It's pretty cool.
Be they friend and betrayed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some bison last year for the Colorado game, and I went to a cookout that they had, and that was some of the best meat that I probably ever had when they put it all together.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Yeah.
All right, Bock.
Well, I did want to get to a few different thoughts, and people on the text line are asking some questions too. One's about the 3-3-5 defense, but more specifically, the matchup's going to be on the lines, I think, for this Nebraska-Michigan game. I don't know how much you've been able to watch. Like you said, you went to practice there. Is that your kind of read on the game too? That it's gonna come down to the line play?
It is, and it usually does. On most games it does, and just depending on how the offenses are run. If they're a timing offense or how they're doing it. But I think for us, it's in most games, it's whoever controls the line is who really is going to make things happen. And yeah, I like the way I think the constant blitzing and just keeping them on their heels is giant, because it seems like I've kind of fallen off the wayside, and a lot of ball now is with that. So it's like why would we give them any time at all? So it would be good.
What would you which position do you think you'd play in the 3-3-5?
It would probably be like an outside backer.
The jack.
The
jack,
like the joker or jack position that they run. It would be
That's where McCullum plays that number. What is he? What's his
I
number?
think is he 15?
15 or something right there. Then they got Willis McGahee, who dad played in the NFL. He plays he's the backup to that. Jared, when people ask me, man, what kind of stories do y'all have about us guys back in the days? We wasn't the nice guys. Mm-mm. We wasn't. We and I tell people that if you do something wrong in practice, we're gonna beat you up. But we're still gonna be your friend after practice.
Right.
We're just going to beat you up during practice.
Yep.
Yeah, because we're a gang. The Blackshirt was a gang back then. And that's what Coach Osborne told us. The only gang we are, we're the Nebraska football gang. And so I tell people that story all the time. But what was some of your funnest moments, man, at practice or even at Nebraska?
Well, for us, with practice, it was the idea that we had the pit.
Yeah.
And the pit was this area that we had was under the stadium. There was no windows. It was like one door in, one door out, and it was an old turf area. And we would go down there and it was offensive and defensive line. And we would go down there and do our individual stuff because we could just get after it. And there's no media, nobody was down there. And we'd come out, you'd come out completely disheveled. There was some bloody noses and there'd be, because people would be bleeding and doing all kinds of stuff. But then, and then we'd come up and go to team. And, I think the way that we all just developed down there, whether it's, making a unity, the unity for the offensive line or create the unity for the defensive line. I think it's just those times that you go through that pull you closer together in those kind of, really, kind of intimate, just getting after it. And that was all fun to us.
I know, because a lot of people ask me, Terrell, why you didn't ever do inside run? I'm an outside backer. That's right. Yeah. All right. We got one more segment. When we come back, Jared Tomich, he's going to help us close it out here at 93.7 The Ticket. Bock the Blackshirt.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
We strive to help people get into home ownership. That is the American dream. Having something that you can go home at night and say, this is mine, is very important. The great thing about Remington Homes is affordability.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. We give you a lot of choices, and you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Are your feet just killing you and you feel like all hope is lost? Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to pain relief at Brown's Shoe Fit. They offer expert advice along with high-quality products to help you find the right solution tailored to your specific needs. Need a different width? Not a problem. Brown's carries a wide range of widths in store. Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Join LES at 6 p.m. Thursday, October 9th at the LES Operations Center to learn about the utilities' proposed 2026 budget and electric rates and share your input at the annual public meeting. Learn more at les.com.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out Renew PM, the ultimate nighttime recovery formula. Fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed. Renew PM can only be found at Nutrition Authority, the home of better than internet pricing. Own the night with Renew PM. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. Jared Tomich in the building with us as we get close to the Michigan kickoff, which is Saturday, September 20th at 2:40. Be there or be square. Live TV game. Nebraska has to win this game. And when I say has, we have to turn that corner.
Yeah, I think it'd be a big deal. I think this place would go absolutely bonkers when we do it.
Yeah. Transfer portal, man. Do you like what's different? What you don't like about how college football is right now?
just the way that they turned on everything and didn't really regulate and didn't really like at this. They opened everything up and it doesn't really seem like they put a lot of structure to it. It's like even in the NFL, you came in and you had a contract. And I knew you had a contract for 2 years. I knew you had a contract for 3 years. So you know who you're playing with year to year. You know who you're building the team with and everything else. And I don't understand how these guys can feel comfortable. I mean, they don't know who they're playing with year to year.
Yeah.
You don't know who's gonna be here next year, in the year after, or if you're even gonna be here. There's so much uncertainty. And I just question, how are kids getting their education still? How are they, how do you bounce from school to school to school and keep track of any of that stuff? Not against paying the kids, that's fine. But it's just the way that they have kind of like opened all of this up without a whole lot of structure. I think it could be done better and just to really, and for the kids' sake too. How do you create, and then the coaches, they're in the same boat where they're bouncing around to all different teams too. What does that do to the players? What kind of trust can you build with the players if they, know you're going to be there or not? And I think that's what kids are looking for now, is they're looking for structure and knowing that, hey, if I go here, this coach is going to be here and we're going to build something. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Coach Samuel, you was coached by Coach Samuel, when you?
Yeah,
we had Coach Sam in a couple of weeks ago, man, a couple of months
really?
ago. Yeah, he still look young, man.
The best. I still keep in touch with them, online and stuff. So, yeah, absolutely love him. I mean, he was a incredibly big part of my development.
Yeah, I tell people a lot of time, man. Coach Sam is one of the coolest coaches. Bill and Bennett says, was Under the Pile stuff as bad as Farley makes it sound when y'all played together? I said it used to sound like a haunted house up under the pile, man. It sounds like an emergency room up under there. Especially like a little guy like me. I'm claustrophobic. I'm trying to get away from up under there.
Yeah, you had to. There was times you had to kind of concentrate on your breathing, to kind of keep calm through all the weight on you. You think about all that. You got just a pile, and you're at the bottom, and so yeah, you'd have to try to keep calm. But yeah, no, there was a little extra curricular activities at times, just depending on who was in a good mood and who wasn't.
Yeah, especially Christy.
Yes.
Yeah, especially him. Bock, go ahead.
Well, and based off that, people like to ask about the 95 team. We're celebrating this weekend, potentially the greatest team of all time. And you talked about some of the help that was along the way. I'm sure you've been asked this 1,000 times, but how much did it help to go up against the pipeline? Was that your biggest trial throughout the year?
Oh yeah. And I mean, for me, being here in Young and going against, Wiegert and Stye and going against that group, that, iron, sharpens iron, and, you're just going to get, you're going to get better and better. And that's, that just carried through. And I think we did that also with the 95 team, practicing against those guys, because in 94, everybody left, the whole offensive line, they besides Aaron, and those other guys stepped in and were just as good, if not better, the next year. And they didn't have a ton of experience, but we had, when you're running and you're playing 100, 110 snaps per week as a team, you're going to get good. And that's, Coach Osborne's big thing was, we practice how we play, and we practice really hard. Sometimes our hardest time of the week was one-on-ones during practice, and that was, some of the hardest competition that we would have during the week. But again, that's what really, really made us good.
Yeah, I think so
right?
too.
Yeah,
you see Jay Foreman done walked in here.
Yeah, Jay's back there.
All right, man. We appreciate you, man. And just
Love
thank you for the time, man. It's good to see you. We getting older.
Right.
We're gonna have to pass
Crazy.
the torch on to our kids in a little while, but I'll be happy to come see you in Indiana when I drop down in there and see if I can come see your boy play next year, man. I'm trying to get to Indiana a lot more, man, and like I always tell them, man, Black Shirt Brothers forever.
Right. Yeah, no, we'll bring Coach McBride down.
Yeah, we'll have some fun. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to Bock and the Black Shirt. We'll be here tomorrow. Same place, same time, same people. Might have two more guests, Eric Warfield, Octavius McFarland. See if some more guys can come down and we can talk about Nebraska football. 93.7 The Ticket. We out.
Feeling off lately? Struggling with your mental well-being can make everyday life harder, and it can also increase the risk of substance use. Early support can make a big difference. Visit myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com and take the free mental health check-in assessment. In just a few minutes, you'll get non-judgmental feedback, local resources, and next steps to help you feel more in control and supported. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska insider today.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
We strive to help people get into home ownership. That is the American dream.